Hey yo, feds on the blocks, cops on the blocks. Kids walk the blocks, but hoods stalk the blocks. But still the man on the blocks. Man fix the blocks.
Okay, so we're talking about you don't care about my high school.
No, I didn't go to I wish I would have went to high school here. I missed out on so much not being here with my family, but yeah.
Okay. So dating in your 50s. So the first thing so we were about to launch into your weekend. So we already talked about it in the car. Do you want to start it, or do you want me to share this with Ed? So let me share this story with Ed and our listeners. So I get in this. So we go to do our interview last week, or this weekend, right? And so Candace was kind enough to give me a ride to my car, and she gets all bubbly and her eyes light up and stuff, and she says,
"Do they have the hearts like the emoji?"
Exactly. So I can't remember if I asked how was the weekend or if she just went into it. But she started like, oh my goodness. She says, yeah, I flew down to
Maryland,
and I had such a great weekend. I had my first date, and I said, first date? And then my mind immediately went to last week where she sat over there and she said, and we were talking about cheddar.
Okay.
And she said, I am not dating. I am not interested in dating anybody.
I'm not.
Right? And then I said, and it really felt like she was just pointing it out at you and I. Like she was trying to stop us in our tracks. By the way, guys, if you're interested, I'm not dating anyone. Hint, hint. So she must have forgot she told us that.
No, I meant to tell you that to spread the word.
Now she come back a week later.
She got in the car. So
hey, I had a great date.
Yeah. Well, first I get in the car and she says, move over a little bit, and I said, right here? And she goes, yeah, that's the friend zone. So she had me move. And then she said, let me tell you about this great guy. So she wanted me to move out of the way so she could tell me about her great day. And now we're ready to hear the story. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I haven't, I got a separation in May of 2018. So, and I chose not to date. I just dated myself, basically, and just stayed home the whole year. So, somebody asked me out, and I couldn't really think of anybody in the whole world I would rather go out with. And this person asked me out. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think about this person, or was even in my line of vision. So I said, why not? So I went to Maryland and had a date, and it was fabulous.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that glow. She's all glowing.
Yeah,
it was so wonderful.
Okay. So you had already prepared your dating over 50, kind of some ideas you were going to talk about that, but that was before your date. So
even after, how do you really date in your 50s? That was kind of my thing, being out of the dating world for so long. Like, how do you even date? Is it like, seems like now it's people want to date like socially, social media.
Right.
But not really in person. Like, what the hell?
Hey, you
just want to hit me up in my DM, and then when it gets live, you're like, you don't know how to act or something.
Right.
Scared, cold feet. Maybe it's just the chase of it. I don't know. But so, I just had some things I wanted to talk about. Like, dating is kind of individually based, right? Everyone dates for a certain reason. You're single? You're single.
Obviously.
So, let's share some of your dating experiences. So, why are you still single?
I'm not single.
Oh, you're not single? Okay, well, let's leave him out. He's not single. So, why are you even in this?
Let's talk
I'm not even 50 yet. I'm here to listen to see what I'm looking forward to.
Great. Okay. Well, I need all the advice I can get. So, okay.
David.
Yes.
How is dating in your 50s?
So I think you're right. There's this social media type of thing. Because I'm on Facebook all the time. Which is actually funny because you got a little note on your Facebook today from one of your friends. But she said, good luck with the podcast. Mm-hmm. So I don't know Anderson. But what I do know about Anderson is every time I see her picture on one of my Facebook friends' pages, I always think, she seems like she would be a very nice person to hang out with.
Oh, wow.
No.
Okay.
After 50.
Hello, did you hear that?
But the whole thing is, that's just social media. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just like, I'm not going to stalk her. I'm not going to, hi, I'm a friend of Candace's, and I saw your picture.
They don't even do that.
But the whole thing is, so I get what you're saying, where, you know, it almost feels like you have a relationship with people because you see them so much.
Right.
You know? My style has always been, if I see somebody I like, I just approach them. You know, if you're interested, let me steal you for lunch sometime or something like that, and then kind of leave it in their court. That's kind of where I've always been.
Because they used to, I don't know. I see people ask people for their Instagrams or their Facebooks. They instead of asking for numbers.
Let me put it on your phone right now. Yeah, exactly.
Let
me friend you.
And look them up.
I don't know. I get all these DMs all day long with dumb stuff.
Right.
I'm like, really? That's the best line?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's harder for guys. I don't know. It seems like women, to me, women are okay sharing the same man knowingly. And I think that's a shame.
You think they're okay with it because there's
a shortage, maybe, maybe of good guys.
There's only
I
one
don't
good
know.
one left. I guess we gotta share them.
Is it that great? I don't know.
Right.
I mean, that's what it takes.
You know,
I don't know. I'll stay alone.
But I just can't even imagine doing that in the age of social media. You know, like you're saying, you know, sharing a man or even just dating somebody that your best friend had dated. That just seems crazy to me.
It can happen. This is Seattle.
Small.
There's not a lot of pool to pick from. So, you know, it can happen.
Well, tell us how to get out of this 51-year-old dating funk.
I don't know.
You got a list here.
I'm asking you.
You got 20-something things here.
I'm asking you.
You got 20 suggestions.
I was just thinking, people they want to DM you, they want to text you, they want to give you memes on Facebook, but they don't want to pick up the phone and call.
You know what? I say we hook Dave up with speed dating.
I think, you know what? I think that's a great idea. I think we should have a speed dating show.
Wait a minute. I feel like this is a intervention. Have I been like?
But you know,
You've been
Dave.
chosen.
Yeah, you've been chosen.
Okay.
I mean, but people date for various reasons when they're older. You think that once you're 50, your kids are grown, right? Your job, you're almost ready for retirement or close to it. You have more time for someone. You just looking for like a companion to hang out, have a good time with. It should be like no drama, no stress, no issues.
Your kids are older now. They're going off to college. And
I mean, if you got to worry about your 27-year-old kid having an attitude, if you're dating somebody, then something is wrong with that picture. You know, maybe that's a flare that you need to run the other way from. Red flag, flare, bomb, missile. Here it comes. I don't know. I just think that, you know, when you're older, it should be much easier. Or not. That's the community dude. Everybody gets a piece of him.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't think it's that much different. At least myself, relationships, once you're in a relationship, is that much different than it was 20 years ago. I mean, I don't know.
Once you're in it, but
the
thing is, I guess, is meeting them. I guess meeting the woman.
How do you meet somebody?
Yeah.
I kind of like
you going to grocery stores buying eggs and stuff. I'm like,
what is that?
Let me share this with you. This is probably how bad. Sometimes we don't realize how bad it is. But I was at QFC a few months ago, right? So I'm walking around at QFC and I got all my shopping done. I've been there. I went up and down every aisle, and then it hit me. I'm like, what am I doing in the store for 15 minutes? Once everything, well, the whole thing is because I didn't have anything else to do. So I'm like, man, I got to get a girlfriend.
You should have just stood in front of the liquor cabinet and I'm waiting for the guy to open the cage.
Say, what are you guys about to do? They guys buying liquor.
Exactly. No, it's hard. I mean, because even I thought about it. Like, where do you go? I mean, I don't want to go to the club. So where do you go to meet people? I definitely don't want to be set up because one time my friend set me up with somebody, and I swear to you, before the date even started, I was like, oh, he seems kind of whiny. I don't know how this is going to work. And then it got to the point where I was like at the date, and I was closet. I don't know how much longer I can take of his whiny ass. I think
I don't think I can't see you putting up with my whiny.
No, it was just too much. He was just complaining about everything.
I don't think I've ever had a successful... Oh, no, I have had a successful hookup with Kay.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Man, that was a long time ago. Like 18 years old. But, yeah, I haven't had a lot of successful hookups. Because, people expect something more, I think, when somebody sells you as an idea and then you meet her. And they're like, she didn't tell me you were like this, or whatever the case is.
I say you just bring the person around. If it happens, it happens. Don't come there with expectations we're gonna hook you up with her.
Yeah. It should be natural.
Yeah, it should be natural.
Everything should be. If it's not, that's not the right person.
There
Move on. You gotta make shit
Don't make
happen.
it all awkward. Hey, scoot over next to her over there.
Right. Yeah, I thought that after being divorced and fighting cancer, I was just thinking, who wants to be with a sick person? So my chances would be less, I thought, to find a decent guy. Nobody wants to deal with that. In my head, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Because in the back of my head, sometimes I still feel that way. So I have to convince myself, you're well, you're not sick, you're well. But you think about that, like in somebody's head, they're like, well, what if it comes back and I got to deal with her? And and in my head, I already dealt with that, where maybe someone felt cheated because I got sick, or whatever the case may be. Their loss, my gain. But I just didn't want to be back in that situation with someone. So I thought, well, it's best to just not even strike anything up.
Oh, okay.
It might as well just be. That's what I thought. Plus, too, I'm not aggressive like a lot of girls. They're just all aggressive. I'm just not. They'll probably be like, does she really like me? Yes, I like you. I told you I liked you. I mean.
Write it down.
Yeah. Take a picture of this image. I like you. No.
I can see what you're saying, though. I don't think it's natural that no one wants to be a burden on others. And I think that's probably part of it, what you were feeling as you felt like with the sickness is you're going to be a burden on somebody. And that's just so you want to preemptively just avoid that altogether.
Yeah.
And you have so much to offer. You're very creative. You're very intelligent. You're
business.
Yeah. You just you got a lot to bring to the table. So I think that it's a give and take.
Well, we'll see.
Well, her DMs are blowing up. She has
I don't
choices.
want any of that in my DM.
Right.
Trust me.
I believe you don't
tunnel
want it.
vision. Nobody's stopping my tunnel vision. Trust me.
So the guy in Maryland reached out to you. How?
The emoji eyes.
Did he reach out to you via social media, or how did that happen?
I kind of knew of him, because he lived here before.
That's what I'm about to say. That's what you didn't want to mention. You said, I'm not mentioning no names.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, how would we know the person? They must have lived here.
Yeah,
He must have lived here.
And my cousin knows him very well. One of my cousins, and so she was like, yeah, you need to make that happen.
Maryland. Okay.
So.
All right.
Thanks, Shay.
Nice job, Shay.
My cutty for life.
Okay.
No, and just the fact that I said to myself, and this is crazy as heck, but, I said to myself, I waited a whole, 11 months to date, and it was so worth it. So I'm really glad that I spent my date with a quality person.
Nice.
So definitely, I'm excited for the future, and I'm just going to take it one day at a time.
I see. So my question is, do you believe in long distance relationships, or is he coming back this way, or are you going that way?
Well, the funny thing about dating in your 50s is that my son is grown, and it's just me. So I can travel. I have a wonderful job. My boss is really accepting of me taking time off for life. Okay. So And, also, it's just me, and so I can relocate anywhere in the country.
No, you can't relocate. You're on staff here now.
You got a podcast here. You can't go nowhere.
You are not
I don't know about that.
And put it down the piece.
But no, so, it's really, because I was like, oh, no, long distance relationship. Why even go? You know what I'm saying? But that person has made me feel confident enough to say that a long distance relationship is not an issue at this point.
So is he a phone guy, or is he a text guy, or email guy? I mean, how do you guys communicate?
Phone.
Oh, phone. Okay, so
text,
that's good. I think that's important. And
all the above.
Plane ride.
Okay. Plane ride as in he flew in the plane with you?
No, I went by myself because
Oh,
I
okay.
went to see
Yeah,
family.
right. No, I knew that, but you can't fly out there every night. So I'm just wondering about how the communication is.
Well,
and
we're
phone,
gonna
I
take
think,
that
is
one
important.
day at a time. So.
Okay. Well, you definitely deserve it. So I'm glad that you have.
Thank you. I appreciate
there's
that.
potential there.
I'm excited to see what might happen.
Yeah. So let's look at your list here.
Give me my list back.
Hold on. I got a question. Dave, you go to church a lot.
I do go to church. Yep.
You haven't met no good girl in church?
Yeah.
So this has always been my dilemma. Is my personality, the real personality,
right,
is I'm kind of a smart ass. You know what I mean? And I have.
So they all know you already.
No. But the whole thing is that's who I interact with, and that's what I'm attracted to. Is I'm attracted to women that mirror that have this exactly this just this silly type of witty type of just wisecracks, that sort of thing.
Right.
That I like women that are just right on the verge of being kind of mean. You know what I mean? But in a playful way. You know what I mean?
If a girl comes at you and says something smart and talk about your jacket or something, you might get some emojis in your eyes.
but yeah, that's me. I like to watch her, and I'm also I'm an artist, so I have this passionate side about me, this kind of romantic. But the thing is, at church, you can't really be like that. It's just hard to be like that what's up girl type of vibe,
right.
cracking jokes.
Church function
because
after church.
After church when the wine starts.
But the but the biggest thing I think also is the people that surround you. You know what I mean? Because you always got the friend of the girl at church that's like, he seems like a bad boy. You know what I mean? They want to. You know what I mean? The people. So that I think is part of it, which is because I've never dated anybody from church.
Right.
Anybody at church, David is single, ready to mingle.
But so I'm sorry, were you going to say something else? You started going
who do you have a crush on?
Be like, Candace, your friend scares me.
No, but really though, do guys go to their friends' pages of women and look at all their friends and stuff?
Yeah, I had to.
Well, some probably do. I
got so many complaints from people, from girls, like, man, who's this guy?
Oh,
he's in my,
yeah,
guys that are friends of mine that are in some of my female friends' inbox.
I saw you on my friend's page.
Yeah,
is that the same guy that just hit me up?
Yeah, it's like.
Oh,
they asked me, do they know him? Do I know this guy? Or
right.
Why is he hitting me up?
But it goes both ways though, because I actually had an ex-girlfriend that emailed Ed. But as far as going through pages and stuff, I probably some young. I could see me doing that if I was younger, like when I was in my early 20s and I was just really out there on the hunt.
It seems like it should be easy in your 50s to date, but I think once Well, I think some people later in life, they get set in their ways. So it's harder sometimes to accommodate another person and their ways. As far as, living with somebody. Gotcha. People are set in their ways a lot of times at our age. And they don't want to make that compromise. They like their life just the way it is.
Right.
Gotcha.
You're going to have to get rid of that cat, partner, if you want me to come over here.
Or they'll find reasons why they, oh my God, I didn't like the way he chewed, or oh, he got water on the floor when he got out the shower. I mean, it's just like little things, Or
Yeah,
maybe
you got-
guys date girls that aren't going to go anywhere in the relationship because that way they can keep their
so
life
they
the
can-
way it is.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's very true. Also,
So what have we accomplished or established?
We got 'em all.
We're on
Give me
a
my
show.
minutes.
We're on a podcast. We got to figure out. So have we figured out the secret to dating after 50? Have we figured that out?
is it?
I think the secret is just relax, be honest. I think if people were honest about what they're expecting, that maybe things would work out better. Like, I don't want to be with you, I just want to date you.
Right.
I don't want you to move in.
Right.
I don't want to have no kids with you. I don't want to go meet your parents.
Right.
I just want to call you at 2 a.m. Damn it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I
Right.
think if people are honest about that or say, I am looking for, someone to buckle down with. But if that person doesn't have the qualities that you're looking for, you might be looking for a nurturing woman. If they're not a nurturing woman, why waste your time?
Mm-hmm.
Why waste their time? You're stopping that person from finding their soulmate. And that's not fair. That's selfish.
Right.
If you know it's not a good fit, but you stay and you're miserable just because.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot
Well,
of people,
I
they get that desperation mode where I gotta find somebody. I'm getting older. I gotta settle down.
Yeah.
That
I don't
won't happen
know
if
if
you're just
they're-
sitting at home on the computer.
Yeah, you can't be on the computer. You have to be out.
Mm-hmm. So where are the best places to meet a potential spouse for those?
Church, man. I thought you.
Well, Ed's the only one that
Hey,
gets
church-
a relationship.
Hey, I will say.
Ed, what's up? Where's the...
I will say this, that the people that I know that have met their spouses in church, those relationships seem to be lasting.
I know. That's
You know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying. Yeah.
Because that's a good foundation there also. If you share that foundation, if your focus is on God and you're serving each other, with that in mind, then I can see how that would last.
Right.
But the whole thing is with me is I'm so fake at church that
How you doing?
no, I'm Candace.
Slam your foot in the door.
I know.
No, I'm just-
That did not come out of your mouth right now.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is again, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy that comes at this girl like, hey, I want to
But
do a Bible study with you, and then I'm talking about,
But what if she's looking for a relationship?
I don't know.
Well, you won't. Nobody will know if nobody say nothing.
Have
So
you seen the recent movie that's out this week? Would you like to go?
What's it called? Oh,
I'm
is
just
this your name?
saying. That's
Oh,
how you come at him.
I was like, is there a dating movie out? I thought she was giving me advice. I thought she was going to say there's a new Tyler Perry movie out. His movies are always at church. Oh, yeah. Have you seen the Tyler Perry movie?
It's called
He
Would
teaches
You Like to Go?
dating after 50.
That's how you do it. Like,
Wait, okay,
should
hold on.
be
Do it
so
again. Then
simple.
now I didn't know what was going on there. So now, okay, we're role playing.
That's how you
Okay,
was.
so go ahead. Okay.
Hey, I heard Toy Story 4 was out this weekend. Have you seen it?
Oh.
It's supposed to be really good.
I have not seen it, Candace.
Would you like to go?
I got to ask the
Oh.
pastor.
I think David needs some more practice, you guys.
I do.
I think
You can find me at QFC after hours, walking the aisles.
What aisle would you be in?
The wine aisle.
West Seattle.
You know what? I haven't been to a lot of these, but I always thought like just those game nights. Those always seem like nice places. Singles like DJ Guy, nice guy. He does those things. Those always seem like.
Oh,
things
I
that
went
might
to
be.
one of those one time and
How
met
was
a
it?
nice guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
So those are they seem like
Yeah.
a good event to get.
Yeah.
And if you know everybody that's single or professing to be single, then it seems like you know what people are there for.
I think he had a speed dating one too, didn't he?
Okay. Yeah. I've seen.
I saw.
We'll
Yeah.
go speed dating in Seattle.
Yeah, I think you should do
about
a
that?
speed dating. We'll go and observe.
Speed dating.
We should do a
I'm gonna
report
tell
on
you
it.
which one too.
I'm just curious.
Speed.
I'm just curious. I must be putting off this vibe because last week Candace is like laying down the law that I'm not trying to date anybody, David, right?
That was because
and then
Let
You
know
know
before
why.
you get your car.
And
Okay,
then
wait
this
a minute. No.
And then-
That's because that guy was reaching out to me on text message and
Okay.
trying to, you really have a flirtatious personality. I was like, all I said was fucking I. What the hell?
You're very friendly, I will say that. But all I'm saying is, last week you made it very clear that you weren't interested in dating me, and then this week she's like, "We got to get you to some speed dating.
I'm talking
We got to
about
get you."
you.
So I'm just saying, what sort of vibe am I putting out that makes you guys feel like you guys got to find somebody for me to couple
Well, I'd
up
rather you do the
this is
speed
just-
dating thing than me.
This is just experiment for the podcast. And
Yeah.
Oh,
and if it
okay.
happens,
Yeah.
you happen to come out with a date.
If
Hey,
you come up, hey.
Oh, I got you. Okay, that makes more sense. My ego is.
I can't do it.
You can't do it now,
No,
but
I
you got
can't
that.
do it.
You got your
No.
Maryland.
No.
heart. Okay, I love it. I love it.
I'm
All
on lockdown. I can't do that.
Speed dating in Seattle.
Where's
ages
it at?
25 to 39.
Uh-oh.
Is there a senior circuit? every 20 minutes, there's like a bathroom break.
No, they call that line dance class.
How they gonna put a cap on it, man?
Oh, that's messed up.
They gonna put a cap
Oh
on
my
the age,
goodness,
man.
that's messed up.
All right, well, you know what? I think this is a good point for us to wrap up this episode of the podcast. Tune in next time, and we will hopefully have some updates as to how the speed dating went and how our romantic lives are going. Signing off.
Peace.
South End gets the money till the money don't exist till they step.